What's up, everybody? How you doing? It's Mike Watson, and this is a show I like to call Chat and Draw. It is a show where I literally chat while drawing virtually live. Chat and draw, people. It's not a hard concept. It's just some things I stuck together. All right, this is episode 140 freaking 4. My goodness. And this thing that I call Chat and Draw started March 26, 2020. Here we are a little bit over that here in the month of May of 2021. So this show's been going strong for over a year. And we're at 144 episodes. This will be the first episode where I have a youngling in training on, if I want to use my Jedi terminology here for this thing that we're going to be talking about. But before we get all into all that, if you're tuning into the show for the first time, I need you to go follow this amazing Kickstarter that I'm a part of that's going to be launching very soon. We just hit 100 followers on said Kickstarter. What's up, Charlie? How you doing? M-Dub. Man, you guys are coming up with some pretty awesome nicknames that I am enjoying a lot. This is a Kickstarter for Hot Shot, my flagship book for freestyle comics. If you have already followed it, please push it out there and give it a share. We just announced today that this is no longer a one-trade Kickstarter. This is actually a Kickstarter for the trade of Volume 1, the trade of Volume 2, and we're re-releasing Issue 0 with text. That book was originally released with no text. It was a silent issue, but now we're adding text, and it supplements a story of Carla seeing it from her perspective and how Hotshot got his first costume. The blue and black costume that he walks right now, how he got that. Very, very excited about that. We will be doing an add-on library to this Kickstarter with the entire Freestyle Comics library, which feature 20-some comic books going on to that. And we announced a couple Kickstarter goals, stretch goals. If we reach $10,000 on this Kickstarter, we're going to be upgrading a certain tier with Hotshot number 10. If we reach another Kickstarter stretch goal, we will be also releasing issue 11. So you virtually will be able to get the entirety of the FSK library on this Kickstarter, including the 2 newest issues of Hotshot if we hit our stretch goals, which that's what I'm going for. I'm going for us hitting our stretch goals. And after that, we'll be immediately rolling into our next new title. We have several books. Charlie is following the Kickstarter. We have several books that we have in the hole that we're ready to fire on over the next 2 years. Our release schedule is filled with a variety of characters that I think you're all going to love. We have one hot book in the works right now from a great creative team called Taijutsu Gates, which I can't wait for you all to see. Emerald Quest is, dude, I could just go on. We've built it. Now it's time for y'all to come. That's all I'm going to say on that. But Charlie also has an awesome Kickstarter going right now for Spider Squirrel. So go over there and go check that out as well. Share a pledge or any of that good business. Now that that's out the way, let's go ahead and bring up our guest here in traditional Chat and Draw fashion.
Here comes a new challenger.
Chill. I think it's time for me to save the day.
What's up, Anna?
Hi. I don't know what else I'm supposed to say to that.
You look just like your dad.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
That's a good thing because I see your spirit all over him. All over you. It's just good. And I love that you're in the comics. Anna, please introduce yourself to our Chat and Draw audience. Let them know who you are and what you do.
I'm Anna Korty, and I like to work on other people's comics. That sounded very strange.
No, I work on other people's comics.
I should have said it quite like that.
No, you're fine because I work on other people's comics, so you're good. Thank you, Charlie, for putting that link in there. What's up, Tina, Rodney? How you doing? Oh no, Andy's tagging people, telling them to tune in. Good job, Andy. Look at this dad, y'all. Look at him supporting his daughter. That's what you do. All right, so what you do have your own comic characters that you work on, correct?
That is correct, yes.
Now, you guys swung by and you visited me a couple weeks ago, and then I got to look at your sketchbook.
Yeah, well, how many weeks ago was that?
I think it was 2. Yeah.
Really?
Maybe 3.
Farther away than that.
Alyssa, what's up? How you doing? All right, so, and I was very impressed with your sketchbook. So, and I saw characters in there that I liked, but there was one that spoke to me that I will be drawing today. Do you remember which one that is?
I was not in the room.
I know, you were playing with my daughter.
I went upstairs to go play with AJ.
What is time anymore in COVID era? Right. So I'm going to be drawing up that character. Tell us about that character and what this character can do. Who is this character?
I don't know which one you picked.
Oh, you didn't see? Look at my screen.
This screen is frozen.
My screen is frozen?
Yeah.
Give me 1 second.
Okay, now I can see.
Oh, am I good now?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I can't see on what I'm looking at, but I can see what Daddy's looking at. So.
All right. So who is that character?
That is Cat.
Okay. What can you tell us about Cat?
She is a half vampire, according to Daddy. That's not a thing. I agree with
According to your father, that's not a thing?
Yes. I'm pretty certain I've heard of it in other things. Like,
Hey, it's your world, it's your imagination. So she's a cat vampire.
no, just her name is Cat. I don't know. I drew her one day. I was like, huh. She looks like she would be named Cat. That's what I'm going to call her. So really, she was the first one to have a name. Like, I didn't come up with the other names until, like, last December.
Daniel Calvin said it could be a thing. So you came up with it last December. Talk to us about your creative process. How did you come up with this character? Walk us through it. What were the steps?
I think it first came up with her when I was just kind of drawing to see what I could draw.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, huh. She looks like she could. I'll name her Cat, and she also looks like she could, I don't know, be like some sort of superhero or something. But then as I went on, I kind of like the idea of like a superhero, but also she does things that a superhero wouldn't necessarily do. So like that kind of like she is willing to kill somebody. Hi buddy, what do you?
She's willing to kill somebody.
Yes. Wait, who's willing to kill somebody? Fine.
But you're saying she is a vampire, though, but she's just a vampire that happens to be called, her name is Cat.
Yes.
I kind of like the idea of a cat vampire. Like, is there still room for that to happen?
Possibly. I mean, honestly, I'm still thinking of different stories and stuff, and every so often I change what I'm going to do with the characters. Just shows how great I am at keeping a story.
And you know what? Yes, Alyssa says cat vampire mix is a thing. And
see, I thought it was.
And if a cat can be a Red Lantern in DC Comics, I say it could be a cat vampire.
That cat is... We had that action figure, and I liked it for some reason, but it was so sharp and, like, pointy.
Because that cat's so angry.
Like, the tail was like sharp and the ears were sharp, and I don't know why I liked it, but I did. So. Can I get in on your conversation?
What's happening? Oh yeah. Okay. So tell me about the. So what do you like about this character? Give us some insight about the character's personality.
I think, well, the current personality that I have for her will probably change in a couple of months, but I don't know. I've had this idea for quite a while, but I wanted her to be like, how do I explain this? Like the person, like she's caring, but she doesn't, she tries not to show that.
Mm.
And I lost train of thought.
Why is she can't? Why doesn't she want to show that she's caring?
I don't really have an answer for that.
Okay. So, all right, let's backtrack a little bit. Why? What made you get into art?
Probably I wanted to see if I could do it because I saw other people do it. And I was like, well, if they can do it, maybe I can. And then it just kind of became a thing.
So you just wanted to challenge yourself, really?
I wanted to challenge myself. I do like to challenge myself. Now, when somebody else tries to challenge me, I might like that or I might not. It depends upon what kind of mood I'm in. Do I like to challenge myself? Yes, I like to challenge myself.
All right, looks like we got some glitching on this episode. I'm watching it so far. It seems fine so far on my end, J-Man. I'm just checking the stream. When you're streaming, you gotta multitask.
Yeah, I've never streamed, so I wouldn't know what it's like.
No, it looks like we're fine right now. All right, so what about that made you want to challenge yourself? Like, did you see somebody's art and you wanted to do better than that person, or did that art inspire you to want to create?
I think it was more of I wanted to prove to myself that I was better than them.
So it is competition driven. I like that.
It's competition driven. And I'm not a very competitive person.
Really? So what
like I'm not very competitive until it comes to art, and then I want to beat everyone else.
Then you want to beat everyone else. Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I don't know.
What it do, ID? Thanks for tuning in. How you doing, buddy? Do you think you get that from your dad?
Possibly, yes. As the older I get, the more I see myself in him, and I'm like, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
You don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing?
Yeah, because the older I get, the quicker I lose my temper with the other two, wherever they.
Really? So how long have you been doing the art? How long have you been drawing?
Basically all my life.
Since she could stand?
Since she could stand? Dad stepping in.
Yeah, he's right here.
Oh, I see him. I see him back there. I feel it, ID. We got the future on the stream with us today. These kiddos are out here taking on the comic journey. So is this something that you want to do for a living, or is this just a hobby for you right now?
I do want to do it for a living, but also I do want to do other things. So
Okay.
I mean, I feel like I might start out like this or I might continue. I don't know, because it's so much fun, but it's just so hard to only do this.
What are
But
some of what are
I'm
some
not,
of
not going to do it.
huh? No, go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I'm not saying I'm not going to do this for a living. I'm just saying it's incredibly hard to just do this for a living.
What makes you say that? What's so hard about just doing this for a living? Or
Oh,
just because there's other things you want to do?
I hear him talk about this all the time.
And what does he say?
He says that it's incredibly hard, but he's still continue. He's still going to continue. However, I think he's going to have a heart attack. I'm not saying that because I think he's old. I'm saying that because he pushes himself too much.
Oh, you think so?
Yes.
So what is something that you learned from your dad watching him do this comic book thing?
I don't know. He does most of it once we go to bed. So.
Well, you've been to comic book conventions and stuff with him though, so you've seen him in the elements.
I have, and he's very talkative to the customers.
Is that something you need to work on?
It is definitely something I need to work on. Like, basically, once I get there, I sit there and then I draw, and then somebody comes up to me, I'm like, hi, and then they walk off, and I'm like, well, okay, back to drawing for another 3 hours.
How do you plan on working on that?
I guess gradually, whenever we get to go back to these things, I miss them. I miss going to these.
Yeah, I miss going to them too. So I'm actually trying to get the deets of your character right now. What kind of powers does your character
have? She has like the psychic ability type thing, but I wanted it so that she wouldn't figure out that she had that until later on.
Okay.
And then she has all the powers of a vampire, except for turning into a bat. She can't do that.
Because she can turn into a cat.
Sure. Let's do that.
I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. I don't know what I'm talking about, man. I don't make comic books, so.
Yes, you do. Think about what you said there for a minute. I was like, I don't make comic books. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I wanted to test you, see if you were still here with us. See if you could think quick on your feet. So, what does Kat do in her free time?
Probably hang out with Amy.
And when they're hanging out, what are they doing?
Talk about random stuff. Whatever kids their age talk about. I don't know what kids. Now, for these characters, I wanted to put a little bit of myself in all of them.
Okay. So, how old is Kat?
Kat is 16. So all of them are going to be 16 except for the girl that wears the orange. She's going to be college age at the beginning and hopefully somewhere at the end married with a kid on the way, which that's a whole other story.
Okay. Legend Storm TV wants to know, is Kat short for another name like Catherine? Or is it just Kat?
I think it's just Kat. I didn't really think about that. I'm definitely not using Catherine.
Grady, sorry if I pronounced it wrong. I've been drawing since I was your age. The important thing is to keep drawing and keep finding inspiration. Your ideas might be the next iconic comic book. Do you think do you see that potential in yourself that you could possibly have the next big thing?
If I work on enough stuff, maybe.
Awesome.
I like
I love that you did not say no.
Yeah, I wouldn't say no to that because I don't know. I feel like as soon as I have some sort of social media platform, I'll just be posting a bunch of artwork all day. Not all day, but like I have other things to do during the day, like homework.
Yeah, but you'll be out there. You'll be posting. You'll be moving.
Yeah.
What up? What's good? We got a lot of people coming in from Twitch and YouTube today. That's good. I like to see that.
Isn't Twitch just Twitter, or is that a whole different thing? I'm gonna sound really stupid.
No, you don't. I'm still getting used to Twitch myself. But Twitch is different from Twitter. Twitter's its own thing.
Oh, okay.
Twitch is becoming a place where a lot of people can stream, mainly stream playing video games that they do. But now a lot of people are coming there doing their podcasts, streaming shows, cooking, playing music, doing regular podcasts. So it's becoming like this big source for streaming content.
Oh, okay.
So does Kat have a temper?
Yes, but it's not she's not like an angry person. She's more of like a laid back person, but if you put her in the correct situation, she will lose her temper and potentially attack you.
Did you say potentially attack you?
Potentially.
So there are times when she loses control? And so there's times that she loses control of herself?
And I have to try and figure out how to write in, because like the majority of the stories that I have, they're outside of school, but I have to make at least some where they're in school. But I have to figure out how to do that because I've never been in a public school, so.
Okay. So do you find it challenging to write for a 16-year-old even though you're not 16 yet?
I do not find that challenging.
That's the easy part for you?
Yeah. I have to try and think of like 16-year-old problems that aren't actually problems. They just think they're problems in that moment.
Okay. Give us an example.
Like, I don't know, somebody stole some guy that she liked, and she's going to go on about it for like 2 months, and then eventually she'll forget about it.
Can you see that happening with you when you turn 16?
Maybe, maybe not, depending upon whether or not he's still alive or not.
And he's like, you keep this conversation professional, Mike. So you said
put his hands in the air.
He what?
He put his hands in the air.
So you said you put yourself into these characters. What did you put of you in Kat?
The fact that I'm not usually a super angry person, or at least I don't think so. But given the moment, I might attack.
So it's not something you would normally do, but it can come out of you.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Have you ever stopped yourself in the moment?
Yeah, but people say when you have siblings, if you hold back on them, they will think that you are. They'll think that you won't. Like they'll think that you can. They can continue to do this, and then they will continue to do it. So basically, don't kill them, obviously, but in a situation where they know that you have to stop, or I will do this again. You have to do
Mhm.
something that they don't find fun.
So have you used any situations or stuff in your real life with your with your siblings and stuff and put them in the story?
I try to take, like bits and pieces, not necessarily out of my life, but like other people, like my grandpa Tom. He tells all sorts of stories, and some of them are just insane. I'm like, huh, I could use that. I don't tell him, obviously, but
You said obviously you don't tell them.
I mean, I could. I don't think he'd listen very well. He's one of those that just, you tell him something, his brain goes somewhere else.
Okay. So these characters that you've made now, do you feel like these are characters that are going to be around for a long time with you?
With me,
Yeah.
yeah, probably. Because, like, I'll, like, hear some song and then, like, I'll picture something with them and I'll put it with it. That makes sense. Like, you know how you go on YouTube and you'll search, like, no, it's
Mm-hmm.
some song, and somebody will put some video with it that has nothing to do with the song, but they put the video with it anyway.
Okay.
So, I mean, I find myself doing that quite a bit. So, yeah, I think they'll stay with me for a while. I don't know about other people. Other people will most likely move on, but
Oh, and also, I'm sorry I've been missing this, but happy birthday.
thank you. I forgot about it too.
Everyone in the comments has been saying it to you.
Jake asks, does cat drink blood?
Uh,
Don't answer me.
he didn't ask a question.
Yes, he did. Does cat drink blood?
Oh. Uh,
Jamie.
J-Man, she does, but not on purpose. So, like, Mike, you watched Avatar: The Last Airbender. I know you did.
Of course I have.
So you know how Aang, when he gets in the Avatar state, he's not fully in control of himself.
Yeah.
So I kind of wanted it to be like that for Kat, like when she's in the vampire, like when she's a vampire, she has no control over herself at all.
Okay.
So does she on purposely drink blood? No. Will she though? Yes. So that is a very good question. What was it, Jay? Man, I can't see these comments. This screen is frozen.
You might have to go over to on your mouse and hit the comment section.
I don't have a mouse here.
J-Man also asked, is it cat with a C or cat with a K?
C. Cat is spelled with a C, like an actual cat. C-A-T.
I like her armbands a lot.
It's super smart and very honest with her work. It's inspiration and hope she continues being creative with her stories.
Yeah, I hope I continue to be creative with my stories too, and not accidentally with unconsciously stealing someone else's. I have done that. not thinking about it, like, because I read a lot of comics, okay, and then like it'll be set back somewhere in my brain, and then later on I'll be thinking of a story and I'll be like, oh yeah, that'll work. And then later on I'll read that book again and be like, oh, so that's where I got that story. Well, it looks like we're coming up with a new story then.
Alyssa has a good question. Does Kat visit the blood bank, or does she go out and hunt all her blood?
She goes out and hunts it all.
Wow, really? So does she have a type? Does she go after? Does she just go after bad people or whoever she finds?
Whoever she finds.
Okay. Kat's out here. When she drinks their blood, do they convert to being vampires? Are they dead or are they still alive?
No, they're just gonna die unless someone catches her soon enough, and then she'll run out. So I wanted her to be kind of like like, when you don't have a dog, but like if you catch a dog with something in its mouth and then it might drop it and then run off somewhere else, like, it wasn't me.
All right, so she has no shame in her vampire life.
That's not true. She will, like, when she's in the moment, she has no control over herself. But afterwards, she will remember everything she did and feel guilty about it, but she won't show it.
Mm-hmm. So does she wait till she can't control the feeding, like the hunger anymore, and she goes out, or does she regularly goes out and drink blood? Like, is she trying to hold it back, or is she, just like, nope, it's time for lunch. Let me go grab something to eat.
No, she's gonna try and hold it back.
Okay.
Because, like, I didn't want it to be like some regular vampire story. They were like, oh, well, I'm hungry. I'm gonna go kill somebody now.
So what made you choose the vampire life for Kat?
I think it was more of how she looked. Like, I was like, she kind of looks like a vampire a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna turn her into a half vampire because I didn't want her to be a whole vampire.
Mm-hmm. So does she have the same? J-Man says, does she have the same weaknesses or different? Sunlight, garlic, etc., etc.
She was gonna have some weaknesses of a regular vampire, but not all. So, like, the garlic, that wasn't gonna be a thing other than I was just gonna have her be allergic to it. So,
Mm-hmm.
but like the light and the stakes, obviously, like stabbing them. But the cross, like the crucifix, I was gonna save that because, like, there's a girl in there. She wasn't. I drew her more recently, so she was in like a little piece of paper. Let me see if I can find her. I don't know if they can see me or not, or if you can.
Yeah, I can see you. You're moving.
Okay. Gotta find where I put it. That's not it. Oh, okay. I know she's in this one somewhere. I'm not organized.
Neither am I. While you're looking, do you have any influences? Any artists, books, or movies, or animes that influence your work?
I do not watch much anime other than Avatar: Last Airbender. I think that's the only anime I've seen, if you can even count that as an anime. I know your books definitely helped.
Caitlin Smith.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I thought you said Tay. I was like, I thought it was Kay. Taylor. I said that wrong, didn't I? Kaylin Smith, her book. Those books. Let's see. The Beardo books, like done by Dan Doherty.
Yeah.
Those books helped. Some of Kirk Manning's books helped, like the Hope book that he did, that he wrote with Kaylin Smith.
Thank you, J-Man. Trying to work on giving a variety of eyelashes. I notice a lot of my eyelashes are the same.
Here we go. Okay. Can you see that?
Hold on. There we go. Nice.
So Emily here, I was gonna have it so like I was gonna have it like her parents are Catholic and stuff like that, kind of like us. But then she kind of goes over to the dark side, kind of. And I thought it would be funny if her mom was, because I know people like this, where they get out holy water and throw it at, like, whenever they think there's a spirit in a room, they throw holy water at it, assuming it's a demon. And I was gonna have her say something like, "That doesn't work on me because it only works on demons," or something like that. So I thought that would be interesting to put that in there. So I was gonna try and save the cross and like holy water and stuff like that. I was gonna try and save that for people that think that it's gonna work on ghosts. So
Okay. Whew. She's got some intricacies in here. Legend Storm says, would you consider her hunger something like a demon that's separate from the character, like sort of like Avatar state in a way, or like an entity that possesses her body in a way?
I have to say it's kind of some of both, because I mean, like it comes and it goes. Like she'll be a completely normal person one minute, and then just like she'll be all vampire-y the next. Like I wanted when I eventually get these books out, I want her to be like the thing that people are like she's unsettling to people.
Okay.
Now, Vincent suggested this idea, and hopefully sometime this summer, maybe, I don't know. Hopefully, I'm not making any promises, but maybe we can get out like this little like mini short of like stop motion, because we can do stop motion with our phone. So maybe we could do a stop motion Lego thing of these characters to kind of like, so like you could read comics and watch this, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I thought it would be cool. Like I want this to not just help me, help other people. So basically, if they want, I wanted it to be like, I'm gonna use Vigilance as an example. Like we have like an episode where they team up with Vigilance, like a crossover or something.
Mm-hmm.
Now, obviously, they would have to be okay with it, but I thought it would be cool to do something like that.
All right. Well, I'm very interested because now you're saying like you want people to be able to read the story, and it helps them too. How do you want it to help them?
Well, I mean, like, because I want these things. I want people to like read your books. I want people to read Kaylin's books. I hope I said that correct. I want people to read, I want people to read other people's comic books, not just mine. So I wanted this to be kind of like something that could just help other people, not just me.
Okay. Excuse me, I'm getting caught up in these inks here. She's starting to come to life. It would be cool if being a vampire. It would be cool if being a vampire, but isn't allergic to garlic, throwing people off who may be hunting her.
No, I wanted it to be like, dang train. I wanted it to be kind of like, there aren't very many vampires, but just like every now, so like it's not something that the government or anything like that, they're not too worried about because they haven't been around for centuries. I wanted it to be kind of like every now and then there's a vampire, but people don't feel too threatened by it because most people don't know about it.
Okay. So how many stories do you see this being? Like, is this a limited series or is this an ongoing thing?
I'm hoping it can be like an ongoing thing, and then like after that, I have something like with their kids do something similar. But if I did do that, I would want it to be in like this post-apocalyptic world and stuff.
Oh, okay. So you're talking about a pretty big narrative that continues on with the characters and like passing the torch.
Yeah, because I like stories like that where like the main character, they went on for like a long time, and then they're not necessarily old and dead, but like they're still there, but they have kids and they pass the torch and stuff. But I also like it when they make references back to the previous stuff.
Yeah, I'm a fan of that too. One of the reasons why I like Naruto so much, and I love it when they refer back to stuff in Avatar. Legend wants to know: can you tell us what villains Kat and her team fight, if any?
I tried to do like normal people, like people that are alive villains, but I couldn't come up with something that would not draw attention to a bunch of people because I wanted them to be like secretive. Like superheroes are technically illegal, but every now and then somebody gets the bright idea to do this, and then this team of girls will be among those people who think it's a bright idea to do this. But I wanted it to be like they're dealing with things that are dead. So like the ghost girl and then Amy's sister, Audrey, she's gonna become a ghost, and like I was gonna have like this zombie, this like snake person. I wrote her name somewhere. I'm not gonna for it now.
Yeah, a good question from your dad. Do you like the pass the torch idea because you yourself are a second generation comic reader?
Possibly. I Maybe. It also could be that I love kids. I love being around kids. I find them annoying, but yet I can't live without them. And I like the idea of them do what you're trying to do.
Hmm. So you love kids, but you're annoyed by them at the same time.
Depends upon which kids. If it's my siblings, I'm like, get out of here. But yet I can't live without them for some reason.
Huh. the life of an older sibling.
Yes. Do you have any siblings? I don't remember if you said or
I
not.
do. I have a younger sister. I have a stepbrother and stepsister. I'm the oldest one out of all of them.
So you can relate to some of these things, maybe.
Yeah, my mom had to sit down and talk to me about it though. My little
Oh,
sister.
mine didn't. I was just like, you know what? I'm an older sister. I should start acting like one.
Pretty much.
Now, Vincent, we can't get him to grasp that concept of you're older, you need to be smarter, not dumber. We got off topic here.
No, that's what chat and draw is about. Chat and draw normally does get off topic. So we're so for that we're right on topic.
Oh, good. But I wanted Kat to be like, she has an older sister, but her older sister went missing.
Hmm.
And I wanted that to be something like they find bits and pieces of why she went missing, but they don't know until like the very end.
Hmm. So is that the ongoing mystery in the story?
Yeah, there were gonna be like mysteries. There's gonna be like I want there to be mysteries about Kat. I want there to be mysteries about Audrey and Amy and their brother Jordan. That's what I'm gonna call him. And I wanted there to be mysteries about Sky. Now Sky, her personality has changed. Like the beginning when I first made her up when I was like 8, I believe,
Hmm.
she was gonna be this loud, outgoing person that everyone likes to be around. And then I was gonna have her be like not very smart, but very good with like electronics stuff. And then I threw that away. And then I was like, what if she was a shy person around other people?
Hmm.
It's one of those outgoing people.
I'm sorry, it was hard to hear you broke up a little bit.
Yeah, this isn't acting very well. What part did you not hear?
Basically all of it.
Uh,
Go ahead
like
and fill it back in because it's playing good now.
okay, the part the mystery. Ah, I want the thing to have like I want the series to have like mysteries about all of them. So like mysteries about Kat, mysteries about Amy and Audrey, their brother Jordan, and mystery, and then like they have like just like little things here and there.
Hmm.
And then I thought it would be fun to have like this episode or like a story. I'm calling them episodes for some reason. Thought it would be fun to have this one story where Amy and Kat they go out to the cemetery where the little ghost girl is. I still don't have a name for her. I should probably go find one. But like they go out to this cemetery where the little ghost girl is, and then as soon as they get there, they like fall into these separate tunnel type things, like these portals.
Hmm.
I thought it would be fun for Amy to go to the 80s and Kat to go to the underworld.
Okay.
So like Kat sees her worst fears come to life, and Amy has to basically convince her dad to become who her dad is today, which she doesn't want to become, but she will slowly become him as the story goes on. Like he's not a bad person, it's just more out of jealousy.
Oh, well, that's awesome. Sorry, my computer just died, and I don't know why. It's had a full battery.
Just do that. They are interesting.
That was real weird. Because it should not have done that. The battery was freaking full. Oh, well, I'm going to have to show this the old fashioned way. I'm almost done here. Go ahead and finish what you're saying.
I think I did. I'm trying to think of something else to say. Because, like, I got 1,000 stories going through my mind. Whether I'll keep all of them or not, I don't know. That's something only time will tell.
Well, let's see here. I finished, but my laptop died, so I'm not able to put it in there. So, but there she goes. Does that work for you? Did I do her justice?
I can't see anything on this, and the screen is frozen over there.
Well, I'll be posting it online. Looks like we're full of tech issues tonight.
Yeah.
All right, but I do have her done. I don't know why that did not work. I wish I could pull it back up. Well, I will be posting it online for you to see.
Okay.
I want to thank you for coming onto the show, and thank your dad for getting you on the show with us. I hope you had a good time.
I did have a good. I feel like I probably should have talked more, but I didn't.
You talked a good bit.
Let me put it this way. I talked way more than I usually do at Comic Cons.
You are pretty quiet at shows, but I think you did good here tonight. And you answered all the questions that everybody was asking you. You handled it well.
Probably the public speaking thing I've ever done. Not that I've had to do too many, but
that's crazy. This random tech issue just happened. Well, I'm going to get ready to send this over to you guys so you'll get to see it, and I'll post it online.
Okay.
All right. Well, I want to thank you for coming out here and hanging out with us tonight, allowing me into your world to draw your character. I hope you continue in your arts and crafts, and I can't wait to see you at another comic book convention when things start popping off again. I want to thank everybody for tuning in and supporting her tonight on today's episode. I put my link in there for my Hotshot Kickstarter again. Please click on it, follow it. If you've already done that, push it out there and share it. We're going for 200 follows on this Kickstarter so we can launch it ASAP instead of waiting till the 25th. But I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I got to look at the calendar to see when I have another episode because I've pumped the brakes. I am the most enthusiastic person in comics, and your boy is tired.
Happens when we have live streams like this.
Yes, I do a lot of them, and I love it, but it is taking away from me working on comics. So I had to calm down on some of the episodes. I've got to get over to my Patreon page and check that because that's backed up and stuff. So, but tons of stuff. I'm not complaining. It just means I'm busy. I'm being kept busy, and this may be in your future if you keep going down this creative path.
I would love this in my future.
You would love this in your future. Well, you're on the right path. You got a good dad over there to help coax you down the way and lead you in our direction. He said no, but just keep it up, keep drawing, keep creating, and stay positive. And you're pretty good at that. And I like your work. I got my vigilance picture that you painted for me here. So we keep it moving up there. So I wish you all the good lucks.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks me on here, and everyone subscribe to Mike. What are you waiting for? You should have done this a long time ago.
Awesome. Hey, listen to her. She knows what she's talking about. Later, everybody.
I think that I should ask Mr. Watson. I think that I should ask Mr. Watson. I think that I should ask Mr. Watson. I think that I should ask